All right, guys, we are back for our next review. And one thing I can promise you is there's gonna be no explosives. No products being lit on fire. Nothing being dragged down a Kansas gravel road. And no feisty corgis ripping it up. It's going to be probably a pretty tame review, but it's going to be super informative, I think, in the long run. We're going to be looking at a specific fitness genre or fitness area, and we're going to take one product from there and see if that product can live up to its self-proclaimed hype and self-proclaimed data that it uses, and can it give you the benefit that it claims. The fitness genre we're going to be focusing on is kind of the quote-unquote elevation mask or kind of breathing apparatus area. And it's kind of the area that's been really popular in the fitness industry. It's the concept of taking some kind of apparatus that you wear around your mouth and it inhibits your breathing. And so it stops your breathing or inhibits it or slows it down in such a way that it supposedly makes your lungs stronger and more capable of oxygen. That way when you take it off, you can exercise faster, exercise better, breathe better, and so forth. The product we're going to be focusing on is called Airofit. It's a company out of Copenhagen, and it's created a product that I think stands out from the rest of the crowd. So we're really going to put it through a ringer and test and see if it's capable and if it does what it says it does. Now, the thing that I think separates this product apart from the other breathing apparatus kind of products out there is the idea that it's not meant to be used while working out. Most breathing apparatus tools, like the elevation mask, is meant to be worn when you're working out. So it makes the breathing really difficult. Therefore, when you take it off, breathing's really easy, and it kind of tries to mimic elevation. Whereas the Airofit tool isn't meant to be worn during exercise whatsoever. It's meant to be worn sitting down or just, when you wake up or when you're driving, and it's meant to be worn and you go through specific training protocols that are actually on your phone, because it has a really, really sleek, in-depth app that goes on your iOS or Android phone, and it's meant for you to follow these training protocols and learn how to breathe better. That way when you're swimming or running or cycling or doing CrossFit, it's meant to improve your performance. Next up, I really want to walk through the actual product itself, the Airofit product. So here's the actual Airofit product right before it. It's pretty small. Compared to other families of breathing apparatuses where it goes around your face mostly, this is quite different. It's got a little bit bigger than a football mouthpiece, right? So it's got this kind of thing that comes out of your mouth, kind of like so. All right. All right, so one big things about this that are a little bit different than other breathing apparatuses is you can actually change your inhalation, how hard it is to inhale. It's delineated by certain letters. So A is a really easy letter to breathe in, whereas F, which is the hardest one, is on the other side of the dial. And then that's the inhale. And on the exhale, you've got numbers 1 through 6, and that changes how hard it is to blow out. So how hard is it to exhale? Is it number 1? Is it really easy? Or is it number 6 where it's very difficult? That's the actual tool itself. It's really simple, really easy, and really convenient to pack and bring with you. The Airofit product does claim an up to an 8% increase in performance overall if you use it for 8 weeks, twice a day for about 5 minutes each session per day. So that is really what we're going to try and test is, does the Airofit tool, does the Airofit product, if I use it for the next 8 weeks, twice a day, 5 minutes a day, can I improve my overall performance? Now, your next question is, okay, Jacob, how are you going to test and figure out if it lives up to its hype and if it can give you a % increase in performance? And that's a great question. So we're going to be focusing on 4 separate data points. Number 1 is total lung capacity. Number 2 is inhale pressure. Number 3 is exhale pressure. And number 4 is VO2 Max. So the next question you probably have is, okay, we got these 4 data points, how are we going to get them? 3 of the 4 data points actually come from the app that comes in conjunction with the product when you purchase it. And that is total lung capacity, inhale pressure, and exhale pressure. And now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, well, what if the tool's biased and will give off false readings in an effort to make the product look better? That's a really good fear to have. I actually spoke about that with the company when we talked about doing a review on this product. So we decided to take it out of the box and use a fourth data point that is from a third-party source, has nothing to do with this review in order to make it fair. And so the fourth data point, like I mentioned, is a VO2 Max. We'll be going into local Kansas City company and getting our VO2 for the baseline, okay, at week 0. And then we're gonna be getting a VO2 Max at week 4, and then again at week 8, which is the final week. And so the goal at the end of this is to compare my total lung capacity across 4 weeks from this app. We're gonna take that measurement pretty much twice a day for 8 weeks. So we're gonna have a lot of data points. And then of course, inhale pressure every day, twice a day for the next 8 weeks. And then also exhale pressure for the same amount of time. And then of course, like I mentioned, we'll be taking 3 VO2 Max tests. Number 1, like I mentioned, is the beginning. What's my baseline? Where am I starting at and where can we go from here? Next up is week 4 at the halfway point. Okay, how far have we come? Has it increased? Has it decreased? Is there things we can change in the training protocol in order to make sure that it increases like the program or like the product supposedly says it will do? And then finally, at week 8, we'll take a final VO2 Max test to see, okay, how far have we come? What has it changed? And like the product might claim, did we get a % increase overall in our performance? All right, guys, we are here at Dexafit in Olathe, Kansas. We are here to test our VO2 Max and get our baseline. That way we can see at the end of 4 weeks and finally 8 weeks if our VO2 Max increases after using the Airofit trainer. What does the VO2 Max actually measure?
Yeah, so a VO2 Max test would be the amount of oxygen that your lungs can convert to energy based on your body weight per minute. Okay. So it's kind of just more of how your body can kind of convert the oxygen that you're breathing in to energy and make it useful.
What do you think my max VO2 is going to actually be? And what are the units they measure? Like, what is the actual number and what's the units behind it?
So I would say for you, probably around 54. Okay. And so that 54, what that is, that would be milliliters of oxygen per minute per kilogram of body weight.
Okay, so put the 54 that you're guessing for me into perspective. Like 54 compared to what, 0 to 1,000, 0 to 100, what does that look like?
So that number is kind of more of a scale, so it would put you in a category based on your cardio fitness level, and then it can also kind of pinpoint whether or not you would be like at risk for a cardio condition. Okay. So the lower your VO2 max, essentially it's your lungs aren't able to produce that energy as well, so you're not really converting that oxygen to energy. Okay.
Okay, so other quick question is, do you just get a more accurate reading the longer you go, or the longer you run, is it improve your score?
So you'll typically hit, I mean, there's a maximum amount that you're going to be able to breathe in, like your lung capacity, and especially just kind of based on your overall cardio fitness. So you will kind of hit a peak zone, and so, I mean, the longer you go doesn't necessarily mean you'll get a higher score, but it's just going to make it, I guess,
the more data points, the more.
Yeah, I mean, more accurate. There's going to be a lot less like coefficient of variance across the board.
What is one way they can actually improve their VO2 max?
Cardio workouts always help. Anything that's really going to kind of get your heart rate up will improve and just really kind of get those lungs working. So any of that kind of stuff will be helpful.
Swimming, running, biking.
Oh yeah, all that kind of stuff. Ready? All right, come down here for you. Yep, so this is what you'll find. So this is just going to be your basic profile info. Okay. Here you'll find your VO2 max at 55.8. Okay. So of course you see it up on the screen here. If you go to just your age group right through there, that would put you in the superior category. Okay.
Honestly, guys, I'm really excited about this review. I'm excited for the idea of taking a product that I've never used before but only heard about. Does it live up to the hype? You know, will it increase my total lung capacity? Will my inhale strength increase? Will my exhale pressure strength increase? You know, will my VO2 max increase over the course of 8 weeks? And honestly, only time is gonna tell. So hopefully you join along with this review. It's gonna be a really fun time. I'll be posting random videos probably throughout this next 8 weeks, giving you kind of an update of where I'm at. And the only sucky part about this review is the idea that I have to take 3 VO2 max tests. I do not like VO2 max tests. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested in getting your hands on this product and following along with me on this 8-week journey, I'll provide a link in the description down below. Other than that, have a great day, and, you know, I feel like Darth Vader. It's pretty cool.